So this is the first time we're in this room where I will, in future, be shooting all my videos. Obviously, you know I'm decorating this room for my videos, obviously taking the pictures for eBay and Vinted. But we've came across a little problem. Not that was on the live yesterday, because I'll tell you about that in a second. But in the corner, there was a wire going all the way down. I asked my mum what the wire was for. She said it's for an old electric shower. It doesn't get used anymore because we've got a power shower. And I said, you sure? Because I need to get rid of it, because obviously I'm laminating the whole of that wall and the wire was in the way because I wanted to cut it. She says, yeah, you can cut it. So I cut it. Guess what? The shower doesn't work. Well, it does work, but the power part doesn't work. So it just trickles out normal water like it being a tap. So yeah, it's been 2 days now since we haven't had a proper shower. It's obviously just trickling. We still can have a shower, but obviously not a power shower. We have got 2 people coming to give us a quote. Maybe we might need a new fuse box because ours is quite old. Yeah, but bit of a pain. But we have got lots of orders to go through, and this is due to Ricky. Yes, I have copied Ricky on one of his videos to get rid of a lot of stuff on Vinted. If you haven't seen Ricky's video, go and check it out. He did a massive haul on lots of sales on Vinted. What he did is basically he went through the whole of his Vinted and reduced all the prices on it, and then hopefully he would get some sales from it. If people have favorited that item, then they will get a notification that the price has reduced, and then hopefully they'll come back and buy that item. So I decided to do it. I had 130 plus items on there. I just wanted some of them gone because with Vinted, it does get a bit stale on there. If you don't sell the items within a week of listing, you're pretty much not going to sell them. That's the only trouble with Vinted. The one thing about Vinted is it's absolutely is rubbish when it comes to actually finding your items, reducing prices, doing sales, all that stuff. Obviously, eBay is king at that. But we've got a lot of items to go through. This is all in the last 24 hours. So we're going to go through eBay first because there's only 2 and they're both bits of tech. This item is this Sony compact disc player. As you can see, it is parts. I think I picked this up from a car boot, a big massive bundle where I paid like £1 per unit, or I might have even got it free because I have actually got some free. So basically it owes me nothing. I sold that for £8. If this was working, you're probably looking around about 30 quid. The other item that sold on eBay was this JVC boombox Bluetooth speaker system. Very loud. I think I actually tested it live. Comes with the remote, the instructions. This was actually on Vinted. I actually reduced this to around about 35 quid. And then as soon as I did that, it sold for $49.99 on eBay. I think I paid around about £15 for this because I did check it out to see if it was worth picking it up. And because it's in such good condition, I just knew it was going to work. And obviously when you have the instructions and the remote with it, you got to pick it up. Absolutely cracking little thing and very, very loud. Right, on to Vinted now. And this is where obviously I reduced everything. Big shout out to Ricky for this idea. I did actually message him saying, I'm going to do this and see if your plan works. And yeah, it looks like it does work. So Ricky, fair play to you for finding a little like glitch in the system. If you are struggling to sell some of the items, do what Ricky's done and do what I've done, and you should see a little flurry of sales. So yeah, we've got like 11 orders. One has already been sent out, but I'll just show you the picture of that. That was a pair of Nike shorts, like chino ones. They sold for £27 because they were brand new. Absolute banging of a deal. I paid £10 for them. So yeah, just shows you can sell expensive stuff, new stuff on Vinted. It's not all about cheap stuff. But most of the stuff that I'm going to be showing you now is literally pennies. It's either free, doesn't owe me anything, or I got it for like 50p, a pound or something like that. The first item is this Walker's Tazos. It's got the binder and it's got all the Tazos. It's set for one. I sold it for £6. This owes me nothing now. I got this at Holcott. with all the other pogs inside. Still got pogs, so if you are looking for some pogs, I'm selling them cheap. Like I said, everything on my Vinted is really cheap. I've got like a brand new Sweaty Betty coat, which is worth about 300 quid, selling for 80 quid. You could buy that and resell it in winter for about 150, 180 quid. Yeah, I've got brand new Tommy Hilfiger coats, puffer jackets. I've got brand new Chicago Bulls stuff. I've got loads of stuff, so everything is reduced. Go and have a look. You can make some money for yourself, or you could just buy it yourself. If you do buy something, I'll give you a shout out. Some of the people who bought stuff from it are subscribers, so I will be shouting you out in this video. But this one, I'm going to give a shout out because it's a bit weird of a message. I don't think they're a subscriber, but they bought this Pactisa, whatever, however you want to do it, sports camera, absolutely worthless. Picks you up God knows when, don't even know how much it is. Probably picked it up in a big bundle, probably owes me nothing anyway. It sold for 2 quid. It works with normal batteries, as you can see. But the weird thing is, before we bought it, it says, does it come W battery, obviously with, and I went, just normal batteries, not a special one, no batteries included, it's 2 quid with a laughing face. And then he bought it and goes, all right, calm. So yeah, 2 quid, owes me nothing. The next item is tagged Christmas gizmo by Necker, 1990s, in really nice condition. And a subscriber has bought this. She is Sweary Spice. I'm now going to call her Haggler Stingy Spice because the amount of low balls she gave me for this. This is a 20 to 25 quid item all day long. At Christmas, you will be able to sell this easy, you know. And I lowered it down to £13, I think I did. And she lowballed me at 10. Yes. Debbie. I think that's your name, Debbie. Sorry if it isn't. Because there's 2 people. I think I got 2 Debbies. I think. I always get mixed up. This is the Geordie girl anyway. I know who she is. And I just said, cheeky, no chance. And she goes, God loves a trier. I'm skint, mate. So I put, shouldn't waste all your money on Newcastle footy rubbish then, because she's obviously a big Newcastle United fan. We just had a bit of banter. And then I thought, you know what? You can have it for £11.50. She finally accepted. So there you go. You got me down a little bit. But in the end of the day, she has bought lots of stuff off me. She does like a plush. So yeah, you'll make some good money off this at Christmas. By the way, I paid £1, but I could have got this for 50p, but I knew it was worth something, so I gave the woman £1. Talking about Debbies, this is the other Debbie I get mixed up with because there is 2 Debbies. This is a Merrythought bear, and I don't know how much this is actually worth. Merrythought bears are really hard to price. They're a very well-known company. The company is actually in my area where I live, and you can actually go to Merrythought or email them. So Debbie, when you get this bear, actually email them or come down to Ironbridge. This is where they're from. If you do come down, it's a lovely place. Go to Bliss Hill, Ironbridge. Come down, obviously message me and I'll come and have a coffee with you. And they could tell you what this actual bear is called, its proper name, and obviously what age it is. I think it's a 1980s bear, and price range can vary from 5 quid to all the way up to a couple of £100. All depends on what it is. I just wanted to get rid of it. I only think I paid about 50p for it, but Debbie bought it for £7. So Debbie, like I said, if you ever fancy like a trip out to Ironbridge, give me a shout. I will come and meet you. We'll have a coffee and then we'll find out how much this bear is really worth and what his name is. For £5 is 3 Xbox controllers. I think 2 of them are Xbox 3 and 1 of them is Xbox One. I don't know what it is with you subscribers, but when I do like a sale, you still try and get it for cheaper. Like I said, you're all stingy. In yesterday's videos, you are all below me. You're all common. Why are you trying to lowball me on items which are cheap already? I had these on for £5 because they're untested. untested ones of these, you can get a £5 for one. I bought these with a big bundle of Xboxes and all stuff like that, and I couldn't find this bag with all the power blocks and the controllers, so I sold the consoles by themselves for 20 quid each, untested or broken or whatever, and then I found the bag of all the bits and bobs. So these absolutely owe me nothing. I thought, let's get rid of them. £5. He lowballed me. He literally lowballed me on 5 quid, and I can't believe he did. And you absolute cheapskate. He wanted them for £3.50, and I went, mate, you can get 5 quid untested for one. And he goes, I know. And obviously I told him I do YouTube. He goes, I know, I'm a subscriber. So, and these are to you. Hopefully they do work. One actually comes with a power pack on the back of it, I think. The other one's an empty one. So I think one switched on, but I can't test them properly, if you know what I mean. You know, like all the toggles and the buttons. But like I said, untested, you'll probably make yourself 15 quid back untested. Yeah, bargain. I don't know. You subscribers. Next sale is this classic Kodak ZX1 little handy cam. I'm going to show you this because I only picked it up for a quid. It all works. It is in really nice condition. But the one thing that was wrong with it, it was proper sticky. So I had to get some like alcohol on it and, you know, clean it up. This is what it is. It's a little handy cam thing. It all works. It's really nice, to be fair. Probably when it came out, it was probably a nice little bit of tech. You could actually use it to do a video on it. I was thinking about doing a little car boot video on it, but yeah, the quality's not actually too bad. Comes with the instructions and everything, so it's a nice little thing. Obviously, look, it says YouTube there. Sold this for £9, so yeah, 8 quid profit. As soon as I lowered these, I knew these would sell, and this was before I even told anybody about me lowering. I lowered these first, and this one has sold for 7 quid, and this one has sold for 5 quid. They are the limited edition sprinkle ice creams and chocolate orange Mickey Mouses. They are absolutely beautiful. I think I paid £1.50 for each of these. We are now into profit on the M&Ms. So all these M&Ms, what I've got left, I think I've got about 4, maybe 5, are pure profit. I think I'm about 30 quid up, something like that, obviously minus fees, so maybe 15 quid. It was pretty much a bad buy, but because that video did so well, I've made money on the video as well. So basically that paid for some of this, obviously, M&Ms. But this one is a cool one. This one is probably worth about 15 to 20 quid on eBay, and it's pretty cool. It's got a little armchair release there, and that's lifts his feet up, and that's where the M&Ms come from. It's a shame these don't fetch for more, because I think they deserve to be more than they're actually worth. This one sold for £8, so yeah, £8 profit. That's the item I sold on Vinted for £6, which I'm pretty disappointed about, because this deserves more. And it's the tagged Applause Labrador Golden Retriever with the little puppy in its mouth. This is absolutely beautiful. When I picked this up, I thought this is going to be an expensive one. I couldn't find it anywhere. Some Applause plushies do fetch for a lot of money, but I just couldn't find how much this is going for. I would say it's one of them things. It's a good size as well, as you can see, but I just couldn't sell it. I had it on for around about 20 quid or 25 quid, and it just wasn't shifting. So obviously I reduced it. It sold for £6. I think I only paid about 50p, £1 for it. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful plush, that is. So I've just had to cut into the video because I have actually already done the video, but I have just had another sale, so I thought I'd add it in this video. Because we've sold some more Pogs, and this is funny because the Pogs that I've sold them on eBay for $19.99, but they're going abroad to Lithuania, so they wouldn't ever see it on Vinted. But if they was from the UK and they just paid for these pogs for £19.99. I had them in the sale for £8. Yeah. So I'm happy about that. We've also had one of the people come around for the shower and that, and he seemed genuine. He works for a company, so he says the other person, whoever he is, comes around, tell me what he's going to be doing, you know, because there is some ways that you can get away with not having a whole new box unit because the house is older. So basically you have to have the new regulations of fuse box and all that stuff, and we got an older one. Basically, if you want to do it like that, it'll cost a lot of money, but we can do it through a different way. But whatever price it is, we'll beat it. So looks like we're going to be going with them. And he's been here before, so decent bloke. Told him the situation with my thing. I showed him all my stock. He goes, wow. And then he says, oh yeah, that's pretty nice, that background. So you're going to do it here? And he goes, yeah. What we'll try and do is we'll try and put it through the floorboards instead, so you don't have a wire. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm trying to find them. So these are them. Yeah, actually, I've actually counted wrong. There's 39, and I'm sure I put 37. So they're getting an extra couple. So yeah, £19.99. Only got these ones left. So I've got some Shreddies Biker Men from Mars. I've got these ones. I don't know what they are. Official Slammer Whammers, whatever they're called, which are them and them, and then a few stray Tazos. So the Star Wars collection is not the whole set, and some Looney Tunes. So guys, if you want to buy these on Vinted for a bundle, you can have them for £6-7. Just bundle them all together and you can have them. Wait a minute, I've just sold something, so I'm just going to go and get it. I've just sold this for £5. It's a Sony Dream Machine. I picked it up for £2, sold for £5. It's probably worth about 10, 12 quid. But I always pick up these because some of them can fetch a lot of money. And if you're paying £2 for something like this, you might as well, because of Sony. Vintage ones of these, you can get like 50, 60, 70, 80 quid. Yeah, so if you do see these things, just pick them up. I have got an announcement to make, actually. And that is, I am going to be going around the car boots tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to be going around the car boots tomorrow because I need to. Not because I need to for stock. I just need to for my own sanity. Obviously, people on YouTube, everybody else who does reselling on YouTube are going around car boots, picking up stuff, and I'm just sat at home decorating, writing Vinted on the wall. That was from a live yesterday. So obviously I've got loads of things on sale on Vinted. Go and check it out. There's loads of bargains on there, and I'll give you a shout out. But yeah, tomorrow, if the weather's fine, I'm going to go around a car boot and obviously shoot a video, because I miss going around car boots. It's going to be a bit weird as well because I'll feel like a newbie again, and I don't know what I'm going to pick up. I'm not picking up anything big. I haven't got the space for it. Somebody again in one of the comments a couple of days ago said, you need a storage unit, you need this. No, I do not, because I'm never going to get to that stage where I'm going to have that much stock, right? I do it all by myself, right? It's a mess in the shed, to be fair. It's a mess. All my stock now is in the shed, except for the stuff in that bedroom, which pretty much is not that much. It's just piled on top of each other. And I don't need some unit. I don't want to waste money. I don't want to give money to somebody else. Like I said in yesterday's video, right? Giving money to other people is not going to make you rich unless you have got a lot of stuff already. I understand the people who have got units. One, if they don't want anything in their house or they haven't got the space. Some people live in flats. They haven't got a garden. I've got a garden. I can build a bigger shed. I've got a carport which I could convert into a garage. So I have actually got two actual opportunities to make my storage area bigger. And that's fine, right? Why should I spend God knows how much money a month where I'm never going to get it back, when I could actually improve the price of this house by making the carport a garage. I convert the carport to a garage, it's only going to make this house more expensive. You know, I put a massive outhouse in the back garden, it's going to make the house more expensive. Yes, it's going to cost a lot of money to do, but I'm never going to lose that money. And also, I'm at home. I can do what I want. I can go to work when I want. I don't have to travel anywhere. Imagine I get one sale and I've got to travel 5-10 minutes to the unit to pick up one item, because sometimes that happens. And I don't want to do that. You do you. I do me, right? So guys, hopefully tomorrow you will see me at a car boot, and yeah, we pick up some good items.